We greet our friends everywhere with Chapter 5 of Ninepence in Her Pocket, the story of Gladys Aylward. This is another in the series, Stories of Great Christians, and comes to you from the radio studios of the Moody Bible Institute in Chicago. Still determined to make her way to China as a missionary, Gladys Aylward left a mission in Wales and returned to London to work again as a parlourmaid. By taking jobs on her half-days off and sometimes working through the night at society parties, she was soon able to save the enormous amount, to her, of £3 to put toward her ticket to China. It was an exciting moment when she opened the door of Muller's ticket office in Haymarket.
Yes, miss?
Hello. How much will it cost for a one-way ticket to China, please?
Come on now, miss. I haven't time for joking. What may I do for you?
I want to know how much a ticket to China would cost.
Boat or train?
I don't know. Which is cheapest?
A boat fare costs £90. Overland by train from London to Tientsin would be,
Yes?
would be £47.10.
Oh, that's not so bad.
But it's quite impossible to travel by train to China.
Why?
Because, miss, you would travel through Europe, through Russia, through Siberia to Tientsin by way of the Trans-Siberian Railroad.
Yes?
Well, miss, Russia and China are fighting at the eastern end of the route. Don't you ever read the newspaper?
No.
Don't you understand? The war is over the possession of the Chinese Eastern Railroad. That's the one you'd be on at the end of your journey.
Well, they wouldn't harm me. I'm a British citizen.
Miss, you'd be going right into the fighting. The risk is far too great.
If I had the money, would you sell me a ticket?
I expect I'd have to.
Good. Here's £3 on account.
Oh, this is ridiculous.
No, it's quite all right. Please write my name down. Gladys Aylward. Aylward. A-Y-L-W...
I know how to spell it.
Oh, of course. Thank you so much. I'll be back again soon with some more money. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
You sent for me, Mum?
Yes, Gladys. A lovely morning, isn't it?
Yes, Mum.
You're not tired today, Gladys?
No, Mum.
No? But you were up all last night, I happen to know.
Yes, Mum.
I was quite sure it was you I saw serving at the midnight supper at Lady Ashton Hughes last night.
Yes, Mum, but I'm not tired today.
And the housekeeper says you take jobs on your half-days, too.
Yes, Mum.
Why? Don't you earn enough wages here?
Oh, yes, Mum. But I'm saving up to go to China.
To China? Has my husband been talking to you?
No, Mum.
He's been all around the world, you know.
I didn't know, Mum.
Oh, yes. He is the first man to cross Central Asia by going over the mountain barrier between Kashmir and China.
That's very good.
And what would you be going to China for, Gladys?
To preach the gospel?
All by yourself?
Yes. I'm not good enough for a missionary society to send me. I tried that.
What happened?
They took me on probation in the first place because I was too old. 26. Then I had to leave. I couldn't study like the others. I'm used to brooms, not books.
But you're still determined to go?
Oh, yes, I've got £3 down on my ticket already at Muller's.
Oh, well, this is all very interesting.
It'll take me quite a while, Mum, to save the whole fare. I won't be leaving without giving proper notice.
No, of course you won't.
Is it all right, the working on my time off?
It's quite all right, Gladys. As long as you're sure you're strong enough.
Oh, yes, Mum. Is that all, Mum?
Perhaps I'll mention to my friends that I have a girl that's very good at special teas and serving midnight suppers.
Oh, thank you, Mum.
That's all right, Gladys. You may go now.
Gladys, I haven't seen you in I don't know how long. Take off your hat. Take off your shoes. You look tired out.
Oh. Mother, I've got half my fare paid now, more than half. I stopped into Muller's on my way home and paid another £2. Only £24 to go.
I'm going to get the £24?
Oh, it adds up fast, Mother.
No wonder. Working on your off days like you do, you're going to be half dead, that's what.
I'm fine.
Where'd you get those shoes?
Lady Younghusband gave them to me.
Very nice.
They hurt her feet.
What next? You're in pretty good with her, aren't you? Last month she gave you a wool coat. This month, shoes.
She's been very good to me, Mother. Sometimes she gives me the names of her friends who are having parties, and I go around and apply to serve before the advertisement gets in the paper.
Well, I still say it's too much work, Glad. You need a rest, same as anybody else.
I'm strong, and the Lord gives me strength, too.
Gladys, there is something I want to talk to you about.
Yes?
Your dad and I, we heard. As a matter of fact, your sister was passing through Hyde Park last Tuesday afternoon, and Gladys, there you were, up on a soapbox, preaching.
I didn't think you'd like it.
Why do you have to do that?
Mother, if I'm going to be preaching the gospel in China, I have to learn how to preach it here first. Nobody pays any attention to me anyway.
Well, then why do it? I don't know why you can't be sensible. You haven't been sensible for years.
Oh, Mother, don't worry about me. God's going to get me to China. Nothing can happen to me in Hyde Park. My dear friends, you should return to God, not to your homes. He is waiting for you. He loves you and cares about you. He wants to feed you with the bread of life and rest you in his love. Maybe you're wondering how to return to God. It isn't hard. It's quite easy, actually. First, you must see your own need. You must realize
Charlie,
that without God,
over
you're
here.
a sinner.
Let's go hear the preacher
And
lady.
the sinner
I'm
is
tired of
made
listening to
not
her.
known,
I came to hear that
but
socialist
on
fellow
his
they put
way
in
to
jail
hell.
last week.
He out again?
He is. Come on,
But
he's about to
God
start.
says in his
You can
word,
never hear
all
her
have
anyway.
sinned and come
They
short
call
of
me
the
a
glory
communist.
of God.
No, I'm not a
But
communist.
that's not the end
I'm
of
a
the story.
socialist.
Not at all.
The bobbies threw me in
God
jail
sent
last
his
week.
Son into
Called
the
me a
world
communist.
To die for sinners.
Let me go on the
To
books
die
as
for
saying
me
that if I
and
were to
for
go
you.
to Russia right now...
You there with
meet
the umbrella.
President
He died
Stalin,
for you, too.
You know what I'd do?
For all of
I'd
us.
spit in his eye.
But we must
Yes, I
accept
would.
him as our
He's a
Savior.
murderer.
We
Do you
must
hear
believe
that?
on his name.
You bobbies,
You might
I
think
said
you're too wicked
Stalin
to
is
become a
nothing
Christian.
but a murderer.
You've done too many
They
wrong
call me a
things.
communist.
Or maybe
I'm a
you think you
socialist.
don't need to
A
be a
socialist.
Christian.
And I won't
Come
tell
on,
you what.
Charlie, let's move along. I've heard all this before. I'm getting cold standing here with my mouth open.
It was very good and kind, too, of you to meet me here, Gladys. I hope it was all right to send you the notes at your place of employment.
Oh, yes, quite all right, Mrs. Beaton. What was it you wanted to see me about? I'm just now on my way to a job. It's my half-day.
Oh, yes, of course, of course. Well, I've seen you all these months at the missionary meetings at church, but you always dart away so quickly at the end of them, I never seem to get a chance to speak with you.
Well, I often have to off to work somewhere, like today.
Well, I've been wanting to ask you, but you never seem to get the chance at the meetings, the way you run out so quickly at the end. Most of us stay for a cup of tea, you know.
Yes, I know. I'm sure it's very nice.
Oh, I don't know. My cup is always a bit cold by the time I get it. And if you take milk in it, like I do, it's really on the cold side. Actually, not fit to drink. But I don't like to hurt anybody's feelings.
Oh, no. You were wanting to tell me?
Yes, I want to know if you have any plans for yourself after you get to China. It's a pretty big place, you know. Quite a bit larger than England, I'd say.
No, I don't have any plans. Why do you ask that?
Well, you've heard the saying, it's a small world, haven't you? Oh, of course you have. Well, it is a small world because I happen to have a good friend. Jeannie Lawson's her name, a Scot. But not one of those high-handed Scots.
Oh, Mrs. Beaton, I've got to be going.
Yes. I'm not going to keep you a minute. Jeannie is 73 years old now, and she's been in China most, I'd say 40 years now.
You have a friend in China?
That's what I'm saying, isn't it? And she needs a helper. She came home to retire, don't you see? And she couldn't stand it, so she went back. But she's not young anymore, and she needs a helper.
Oh, Mrs. Beaton.
Don't clutch on to me like that, Gladys. It makes me unsteady.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Jeannie says she's been praying for a younger woman to come out and help her with her work.
That's me.
Let go. I brought her address in China if you want to write to her. Here it is.
Oh, Mrs. Beaton, thank you. I write to her today. It's me she wants. It's me. I'm going to China.
I thought you were going to your employment. That's where I thought you were going.
Oh, yes. Oh, I'm going to be late. Thank you again so much, Mrs. Beaton. I'll write today.
And so we conclude Chapter 5 of Ninepence in Her Pocket, the story of Gladys Aylward. This is another in the series, Stories of Great Christians, and comes to you from the radio studios of the Moody Bible Institute in Chicago.